Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐒. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. So current time of 10:53 a.m. on Eastern Time on September 8th on Thursday. Ethereum closed $1,633, up about 0.21% so far. On the overall crypto market and the equity market, we are struggling definitely, trying to sustain at the respective consolidator level, and the market just collectively trying to shake off the concern that is seems like it's percolating in the boiling pot, around the higher interest rate. I guess rumor that we're expecting coming up, and contingent on the CPI report, the PPI report, that's coming out next week on the 13th and 14th. And also with respect to corporate guidance, on the outlook perspective going forward, we should ideally see, and understand what's the likelihood that we will be going with another 75 basis point rate hikes, or going all the way to 1%, or will this be, kind of a normalization adjustment downward from here? Have we hit the peak yet? And obviously, with respect to the media affectation front, there are a lot of ominous warning that's being put up on the media front, saying that the chairman, Jerome Powell, he is promising to the world that he is going to be raising rates, to fight inflationary pressure until the job is done. I don't know what that really means. The job is done. It seems like they're just taking more of a reactionary approach. Do it at all costs, without human remorse, really. So it's quite difficult to understand and gauge, how they approaching this tactically, and obviously the most importantly strategically. It seems like we're just taking again more of a reactionary approach, when the right way of approaching the situation that we're in right now to make sure that we are all in alignment is to take this in more of a proactive approach, right? But it seems like it might be out of control. It's like the feds, the government, for the first time in their lifetime, onto facing something like this, but at the same time they don't want to lose face, right? So it's quite disappointing, and it's in a very blunt way of saying it, just poor management skill, that we're seeing right now. So let's just dive into technical. Obviously, with respect to the next week, and so the next 2 weeks gonna be quite volatile. So we can look into how was it looking like, with the technicals so far. So with respect to recording time of approximately 11 a.m. on the Eastern time. So Ethereum is at 1638 at the moment right now. You could see that clearly we're trying to get up to the next level of basically 1700. So right now, give the benefit of the doubt that we're at the 1650. We cross up right now, because of, on a daily it looks bullish, right? So it's something that's expected, so it's not a surprise. We've been talking about this for quite some time now, right? At the same time, we are at the 51 out of 70, so as we go to the next level of 59, we should ideally get canceled out on the resistance perspective. On a weekly, you could see clearly we're still bearish, right? You could see that the next level up, ideally on a weekly, would be 2000. But can we get there, right? Based on the setup right now, you could see that we've crossed up for quite some time. And at the same time, the rejection is going to be somewhere around 48 out of 70. So that means that weekly looks quite bearish, actually. So it gets canceled out. So daily looks bullish, right? Makes sense why we're surging right now, because the market try to recuperate and try to sustain a certain level, but weekly is mitigating it. So that doesn't really do us any favor, right? In respect to monthly, you could see that clearly we are quite still bullish, right? With the 47 out of 70, so ideally going up to the next level of 60, can be a possibility as we get closer to the later end of Q4. Obviously, with Santa Claus rally, and typically the fund managers are gonna do what they want to do to beef up their profit, beef up their portfolio to make it look more rosy, if you may. So we might see some like upward swing after we get over the hump, of this red September, if you may. Respect to Bitcoin, you can see that quite comparable. Monthly is crossed down for quite some time, so it looks quite bullish on a monthly. So months out we should be bullish. Weekly it is quite stale. At the same time, you could see that we crossed up for quite some time. We're at the 41 out of 70. Daily looks like we need to cross up, eventually. So it looks still bullish, right? Again, we're trading very similar. Bullish on the daily. Weekly looks mitigated, or bearish, if you may. Monthly looks still bullish on the weeks out and months out. And then just look at some other, maybe look at the index. Let me just look at maybe what are the indexes. I don't know what's happening. Like Weibo is like messing with me right now. Maybe I could just like put it up here. NASDAQ. There we go. Oh God. Sorry. I don't know what is happening. It seems like Weibo is like deleting my stuff that I've had. Sorry, this is so embarrassing. Like I wish my setup was more like teed up before. Anyways, it doesn't seem like Weibo is allowing me to pull that up at all. For some reason, when I open it this morning, it just like delete all my stuff, like all the lines that I had. So I don't know what's going on. But appreciate you for joining me until this point. I'll fix this and I'll report back shortly. But appreciate you. Take care. Bye.